What's up, Jigging Junkies? It's your boy Zach here. Guys, this is my third time trying to film this video. First time I wasn't even recording. Second time it was hecka blurry, so now we've got it fixed. But anyway, I was about to go fishing and I realized it's really windy outside, and it got me thinking. Some of you guys might not know how to effectively fish in the windy conditions. So today I'm gonna bring you my top 3 lures, baits for when it's windy outside and you wanna go get you some springtime bass. So first things first, let's talk about a few techniques that aren't as effective in wind and why. That's gonna be your lighter rigs like your mini jigs, micro cranks, weightless rigs like the Texas rigs, which you guys know I love. Sometimes that's the only thing I can catch fish on. But anyway, those are not off the table. It's going to be extremely difficult because the wind can change your fishing experience overall, especially with your line and your sensitivity and your ability to feel the bite. It's going to be hard to catch fish when you can't really feel them biting. So these 3 baits, or 4 baits, I'm going to throw in a little honorable mention, are all ones that I have used and succeeded with in wind, and I absolutely love. So we're gonna get started. All right, guys, for our honorable mention, you guys, if you've been around the channel any amount of time, you know I have to try to include top water in everything I do. So for our honorable mention, I'm actually gonna be bringing the buzz bait. This is the Strike King Mini Buzz. See, it's not a very big lure, but guys, the lure doesn't have to be big. It just needs to be heavier, and specifically it needs to have a lot of vibration and a lot of tension on your line so you can feel those bites. But I'm picking the buzzbait because typically I'm fishing more shallow when it's windy. When it's windy, I think shallow or very, very deep. The middle of the water column isn't something I typically target in windy conditions, however, except with a few baits on here. But that being said, if you throw a buzzbait in some shallow waters around some grass lines, around some rocks, around some cover, and you run that bad boy in the wind, there's a very good chance you're gonna land a big springtime bass. I couldn't put it on the list because of its inconsistency. I feel like with top water, that's just my thing. I'm inconsistent with top water fishing. That's not just be me because I suck, but I couldn't put it on the list. But speaking of that list, now we're gonna get into it. All right, coming in at number 3, arguably could be number 1, is none other than the spinnerbait. This here is a Booyah Pond Magic 1/4 ounce white spinnerbait with a white 6 cents Divine paddle tail swim bait. Guys, let me go ahead and tell you, if it was windy and cloudy, that would be number 1. Spinnerbait in cloudy weather, overcast, is top tier. In windy conditions, period, spinnerbait is top tier. Springtime bass fishing, spinnerbait is top tier. I absolutely love a spinnerbait. I almost never leave the house without a spinnerbait tied on. The vibration is amazing. The sensitivity with that medium 7-foot bait cast rod is amazing. I pair that up with like some 12-pound tests, so it's a little more, I'm feeling the sensitivity. And I can feel those bites, I can feel everything, and I absolutely love a spinnerbait when it's windy outside. So it's gonna land in perfectly at number 3 on the list. All right, coming in at number 2 for me, we're gonna keep it pretty simple, is the soft plastic swim bait. You see here, I've got a Strike King. This is actually a really small finesse swim bait. I have the Exo Swim, and then I even have a Zoom Grub Worm swim bait. Guys, soft plastic swim baits are so versatile. Whether you're throwing them on a jig head, which I typically like to do, like a 1/4 ounce or maybe a little higher if you're fishing deeper water, or a weighted EWG hook. Swim baits are so versatile and they're so great in wind, especially when you throw them like I do on a spinning rod. This is my finesse wind, setup. I like throwing swim baits on a spinning rod for the extra sensitivity. Swim baits are absolutely amazing in windy conditions. You can fish them very high in the water column, middle, or bottom. It does not matter. Work it as fast or slow as you want, depending on what the fish want, and you're gonna have a great day if you took nothing but one rod and some swim baits. So it's gonna come in perfectly at number 2. And guys, it is time to reveal the number 1 spot. Can you guess what it is? Let me know in the comments below. Guys, for me, anytime I'm going fishing and there's wind, it means only one thing. That means it is crankbait season. Here, I've got the Square Bill Strike King KBD, as well as a Guggen Klutz lipless crankbait. For me, I prefer the Square Bill. The only time I prefer a Square Bill over a lipless is if I'm around a rock or if it's windy outside. Typically because I'm fishing shallower and there's more vibration and sensitivity with a Square Bill versus a lipless crankbait. But so this for me is 1.5, and the Square Bill for me is number 1. So that's my list, guys. I want to know what y'all think in the comments. If there's something I left out, please be sure to let me know. So you guys stay tuned. Thank you for watching. God bless you. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.